All right, germs and birds, it's Friday, so I'm gonna drink. Woo!
Presenting your host, Cuddy Vibe.
Oh, all right, kids at home, don't drink unless you want to become pregnant. If your parents haven't had this conversation with you, that's how that happens. All right, man, it doesn't matter. You don't need to have a partner to get pregnant. If you drink, that's it. This is like two babies right here for me. It's just because my body's good enough to make two babies out of one beer, but that's how babies are made. With beer in your stomach. Great. And by the way, if you're a parent struggling with how to have the conversation, the talk, leave it for their public school teacher, okay? Tell them that drinking beer will get them pregnant, and then they won't know about sex. Perfect. Great. Last thing my kid should know about. And then, they won't drink alcohol or beer. So, that's two birds, one stone. You're welcome. If you want to get three, tell them that it's all drugs. And then leave out that sugar is, more addictive than cocaine. Whatever. Okay, so it's Friday. And let's be honest, this whole week of riffing, oh my god, what a return to form. I can already hear the critics applauding. You stop it, shut up, you're distracting me. You applauded too loud. Oh, stop it. The last thing that I need is all your adoration. It'll go right to my head. Right to my big fat head that's pregnant now. Alright, I just want to make sure there's no logo on the bottom of this thing, This is and by the way, if anyone asks, this isn't real beer, okay? This is fake beer that I'm only pretending to drink. There's no can in my hand, and there's nothing in it, and I'm not even drinking it, okay? This is apple juice. This is a stand-in. This is a look-alike. It's not real beer. No real alcohol was consumed in the making of this video. Prove it! Anyway. And any potential logo stuff you see, that's just fake. That's fake design. That's my graphic design skills. Oh no! What kind of penalties could I incur by making a video where I just drink at the camera? But I only drink apple juice. Only drink apple juice, because I'm only drinking apple juice right now, not beer. That was a juice burp. Okay, from my apple pregnancy. Anyway. Fuck it, let's talk about Chevy Chase. Bad dude, terrible human being, made a documentary about himself. No one knows why. No one cares. And, I guess people used to think he was funny, but now he's just racist and almost dead. So, that's some good news at least. Thanks, Chevy. Thanks, Chevy Chase. I'm not Chevy Chase, and you are, and that sucks. Ooh. Alright, so that about covers my point about Chevy Chase. Yeah, I guess we could go over... Oh, you know what? I did wanna lay down some good dating advice, okay? I know there are a lot of you single guys out there looking for your lady, alright? And, there's a lot of bad advice on the internet, so, I thought, mano y mano, we could, I could help you out a little bit. Maybe you subscribe to the channel. Maybe you talk about how cool and ripped I'm looking. Not really. Don't talk about my body. And so, here's some dating advice. Okay, what's some dating advice? If you like her, bring flowers, okay? Flowers are good. Flowers are wonderful. Flowers are good, okay? I think, anyway. If she doesn't look like the type that would like flowers, don't bring flowers. Is that fair? I think that's fair. A lot of dating advice is kind of like you can't really super generalize a lot of advice, And then there's a bunch of things that are just so wide that's like, oh, be yourself, Yeah, you can't. Who else was I gonna be? Huh? Don Quixote. Can you imagine Don Quixote on a date? He would probably save his dates from a windmill. Haha. Old classic Don Quixote. But anyway, okay, I was giving advice. All right, go on a date somewhere, not near your house. Yeah, that's good. That's some good advice. Let's her know that like, oh, he wants to take me anywhere exciting that's not just like, whatever next to his house. Don't go to McDonald's on a first date, okay? Unless she looks like the type. I can't think of the type though. What does that type look like? Probably AI. All right. Oh, that's another thing. Don't use AI to write your messages, men. Grow up. That's the thing. That's another thing I think. Like a bunch of people who've come up to me asking for advice, half the time, the only good piece of advice is just like, ask her out and then be yourself. Okay? Honestly, guys, at the end of the day, the only good piece of advice that you really need to have a successful relationship is like, just like do the things you like. If you're interested, if you like movies and you take her out to the movies for a first date, there are a lot of girls that might not work with, right? You take her to a first date at the movie theater. She's like, oh, but we can't talk much, or like this or that or the other thing, or, if she doesn't like movies, and then you take her on a first date to the movie theater, and you really like movies, and then she doesn't really like the date, and like, afterwards, she's like, oh, I'm not really all that interested. It's like, yeah, great. That just means you're one step closer to finding someone who you can take to the movies, and they'll just have fun. And it's the same thing, too, where it's like, maybe you really like going to bars and drinking apple juice, all right? Go if you really want to take someone to a fun bar and drink some apple juice with them, and they like that, then, boom. If that's not their speed and that's what you like, well, you were never going to get along with that person anyway, right? Like stop. You don't need to think about dating like, like anyone's ever going to, like, you're gonna win or anything like that, right? Just look at it as an opportunity to meet someone new, and assuming that your interests align enough and you like each other and you think each other are cute, it's like all you need to do is just like show up, talk a little bit, talk about your life, okay? Anyone who's gonna be a serious relationship for you, they'll like it when you just talk about your life. You don't need to be crazy, okay? You don't need to show up in your Bugatti with $1 million. All right? You don't even need to be liquid. you could be broke and get a girlfriend. All right? You just might be like stressing about all the money if that's the case. Okay? I've had some times where I was broke and needed to pay in a relationship, and wow. It's a little bit stressful, but hey, it's worth it at the end of the day, right? Unless it's not. And if it's not, then go, get out of here. If you like what's going on, keep doing it. And if they ever don't like it, be ready to accept that. Then if you don't like what's going on, just be like, hey, not for me. Why do people need dating advice anyway? What is wrong with you people? I really wanted to do this just for a bit, but the more I talked about it, the more genuine I got. And that's your fault. I blame you. And I'm drinking apple juice. I'm not drinking anything. This is air in a fake can that's not even real. This can isn't even real. You're not real. I'm not real. No, I'm real. Nope, wait. I am real. I'm real. You're not, though. Well, you're a camera. Well, technically, you're a person. Right? But you're a camera. But you're a bunch of people. You might be me, right? I could be addressing myself right now. I do watch these videos. And I watch the whole thing just to give myself the hours. Channel's really not doing good, guys. Oh, like and subscribe! Like and subscribe! Like and subscribe! Oh, God. Maybe comment! Thanks. Thanks for watching this week, everyone. I'm glad we're returning to form with it, you know? Get back on track with random bullshit. Alright, peace out.